is up, all my beautiful giggling giggle schlotters? Giggle schlotters.
That sounded like a German.
Yeah, just a German last name. I am my gigglers.
What's up, Hannah?
Nothing much. I'm just super excited because my favorite collection we've ever dropped just dropped, and it dropped hard.
Yeah, it dropped and it did drop hard. It was, I think, my favorite pictures that we've ever done, my favorite aesthetic, and it's just so true to us.
I don't want to, I'm going to say it. Everyone's been making fun of me for playing tennis for 4 years now. And then suddenly Kim Kardashian and Kendall Jenner decide to put on a little tennis skirt, and everyone's jumping on the tennis bandwagon.
Tennis skirts are very in.
Yeah, go to giggly-squad.com and we have the tennis bras are so cute. The tennis biker shorts so cute. The crop t-shirt is my favorite because it's not like a Zara crop where you can see the bottom of your nipple. It's an actual crop that you wear with like high-waisted jeans and it looks cute, and you don't feel like you're wearing a baby shirt. And then the crew neck. So
I was wearing this sweatshirt the other day on the Upper East Side.
Okay.
Okay, which I feel like I want to hang out more on the Upper East Side. I actually.
Why?
Yeah.
You're manifesting being a Real Housewives of New York?
Yeah, because like I've been going out, and first of all, New York City is like on and popping.
Mm-hmm.
Remember like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna stay in, and like I'm not gonna drink anymore. I've literally been on a bender.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so fully back. But I've been like going to clubs and like all these places, and I literally at one moment was just like, I'm better than this. I deserve lunches and dinners on the Upper East Side, and I deserve to go shopping up there. I'm like, I'm better than this Lower East Side bar.
Just Madison Avenue.
Yeah.
I do have to say, okay, don't come after Lower East Side, which is my hood, but when you're walking in New York City right now, everything's outside, so like it just seems like it's a block party on every block.
Every street.
It's insane, and I love the energy, but it gives me a lot of social anxiety.
I absolutely love the energy, but I want to be more couth. I want to like.
What does that mean?
It means like class. Like I want to just
lunch more couth. I thought you said mercouth.
I
was like, mercouth, is that like a kind of vodka that I haven't drank?
Swipe up for mercouth.
We should start saying couth again, because couth, we lost our couth for a while. We lost it.
I absolutely love that word.
You also wrote in our notes that you met the girls across the hall. Can you?
Oh my God. Oh God.
Wait, did they listen to Giggly Squad?
No.
They go, no, they actually hate Giggly Squad.
Okay, so if the gigglers remember, a couple weeks ago, I was saying how like all girls have the same conversation, and I was walking to my apartment and I heard the girls across the hall talking about some guy who needed therapy, and like probably rightfully so. And I was just like, wow, I have that conversation with my girlfriends all the time. So I was going into my apartment and I was bringing like packages in, and I saw that the girl across the hall left her keys in the door. And that always, like, I used to do that all the time, and it like terrifies me now. So I knocked on the door. She answered it, and I said, hi, sorry. I live across the hall, but you left your keys in the door. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I was like, oh, you're welcome. And then she was like, wait, you have such a cute outfit on. And I was like, oh my God, thank you.
Oh, so you have a new best friend.
Her name is Elizabeth, and that was all we spoke, and I haven't seen her since. But
okay, but that's the beginning.
I think her name was
Paige
Elizabeth.
throws the word best friend around real easy, and all someone has to do is say they like her outfit, and she throws me to the curb. But anyway, I'm used to it.
I was literally at a club the other night. I promised 2 people jobs. I am.
You're toxic.
I'm so toxic. I literally met this girl in the bathroom, and I go, oh, I missed meeting girls in the bathroom. And me and this girl were on the same pee schedule. Okay. Because every time I went to go to the bathroom, she was also in there. And I was like, so we're on the same, we've had 3 drinks, now we have to pee again. And I was just like, come work for me.
I try to not break the seal when I drink, because
I know.
as you guys know, I'm a bad partier. I've been faking it these last 3 years. And whenever I go to the bathroom, I instantly get depressed and start reflecting on why I'm partying, I'm like, what am I celebrating? Like, what are we celebrating? Like, what have I done that I'm really happy about? And I'll sit there.
Oh my.
Yeah, and I'll look in the mirror, and you know, you're like, you realize that your eye makeup's been smeared the last 2 hours. Then you regret every guy you talked to during that time, and how many people you embarrassed because they're like, that girl's eye makeup is just smeared on one eye. And then you start plotting how to get away, and then deciding what snack you want at the end of the night.
I'm so opposite.
I get so in my head when I party.
See, I don't get in my head until the next morning, and I wake up and I'm like, wait a minute, wait an absolute
like,
minute.
I'll look around, I'll be like, everyone else is happy, and I'm just standing here. But then the next day, I'm like, thank God I didn't stay up late. Now I can watch TV all day and feel fine.
Oh my God. I'm like in the bathroom with like my elbows on my knees, just being like, oh, I love getting stuff. But I went to a party the other night. I don't know where I even was. If we were at like I don't know. We were at some venue or something. And the boys' bathroom was the girls' bathroom, and the girls' bathroom was the boys' bathroom.
That's a thing now.
And I have a look.
The toxic masculinity.
Do what you want, but like that is my time.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when you go into the bathroom and like the bathroom attendant has like all the things, you know, gum, mouthwash, and I really needed deodorant.
Lollipops.
Like, I needed it so badly. And like, you Venmo them now because like no one carries cash.
Oh, that's great.
And so I'm like standing there, I wash my hands, and I was just turned to the bathroom attendant and I was like, can I Venmo you and like use this deodorant? And there was a guy washing his hands next to me, and he goes, yeah, you really need it.
He was flirting.
And I go, excuse me, sir. And I was just like,
Also, is everyone having sex in the bathroom?
I don't think so. Because you can only go one person into a stall.
Yeah.
But then like you're all out there like washing your hands.
Yeah,
and I don't like it. Because then at the very end of the night, like I was drunk. And some guy like came up to me in the bathroom. He's like, what's up? I've like been watching you all night.
Ew.
And I was like, I don't love that.
No.
And then thank God my guy friend was also in the bathroom. And he was like, grabbed my hand. He was like, Paige, let's go. And I was like, sorry, this is my boyfriend. And he was like, no, I'm not.
He's like, don't touch me.
I was like, go with it.
I loved going out with my guy friends because like it was more beneficial for them though, because when I'm with them, I'm a symbol to other girls that they are decent human beings because I'm willing to sit with them because I'm a girl.
Dude,
they use you, but then no guy will approach you. No one, because you have like 4 loud ass dudes with you.
So I like to consider myself rolling with like a good looking group of guy friends. They're all like 6'4", they're hot. At one point, one of my guy friends was like, no one ever hits on you. I go, yeah, because you guys block me at the table. Who is coming up to you like 3, 6, 4 guys and being like, hey, is the girl behind you taken? Like no one's coming up to me. But I think other girls think that like I might be one of their girlfriends. And it's like, you can smell when like a guy is like, oh, is that his girlfriend? Like, let me see. And my guy friends just pick up chicks. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
Hey.
I'm working on this new bit and I want to actually pitch it to you. It's just part of it. It's not fully worked out. But I like love my pit bull, right? I swear this kind of has to do with what we're talking about. I love my pit bull, but people, as you know, like talk so much about pit bulls. And I did my research. Turns out 75% of dog bites are not pit bulls. They're unneutered males. So then I did the math and checked out humans and realized that 80% of violent crimes, unneutered males. So I feel like the solution is pretty obvious.
Chop off all their balls.
Yeah, like I don't really want to do like a ball chopping joke, but like, I don't know. Game of Thrones might have been right about some things.
I'm still in like, I hate all men. I'm still in that phase. I just, this is what it is for me. Where do they get the audacity?
Yeah.
You know, it's the audacity for me. And I'm like,
the lack of couth.
It's so uncouth. I'm like, oh, I'm going to the Upper East Side. Goodbye.
I love how you're skipping the engagement, the marriage, and the children and just living on the Upper East Side.
No, I literally want to be a 65-year-old grandma whose like children come to visit every so often in my gorgeous penthouse.
I feel like your clothes are your children.
Yeah. Just sad.
So there's one more note in the doc before we get to, I want to finish part 2 of our worst dates because gigglers were losing their minds off the worst date stories and your story about when you went to jail. If anyone missed that, that's in the last episode.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. You wrote TikToking while driving because I had the same thought and I wonder if we're thinking the same thought.
Okay. Now, I don't know if this is just me being like an adult and being on an app where there's younger children, but so many TikToks that I watch that these like young girls are making where they're just talking, they're also driving.
No, like moving. No, the car is moving. I saw them hit a person.
Whoa. I'm like, okay.
No, they full on have their seatbelts on. And then I can't drive, so I don't really know about driving. But like, I'm pretty sure they're on the driver's side.
No, they're driving.
What are these teenagers so busy doing that they can't stop to make a TikTok and they need to do it while they're... What kind of errands are you running as a 14-year-old?
And I literally looked in the comments to see if anyone was being like, hey, don't do this while you're driving. This is so dangerous. Not a one. And I was like, oh, I can't like Karen this girl right now. But like, oh my God, don't do things on your phone when you're driving. Anything messing around in a car really scares me. Like, I don't like
Our generation is raised on like no texting while driving. But like, do they have to add TikToking? Like TikToking, it's a bazillion times worse. Oh no, the cops are coming for me again.
We knew this moment was gonna happen. We braced for this.
No, but I was watching this girl, and also it's for us to make a TikTok video because we are older and less experienced. It takes hours. This girl is just winging it on highway, nailing the delivery. Doing a full transition upside down, did her makeup in the driver's seat. I can't even pass a test when I'm fully focused.
I need to literally turn the music down when I'm driving to like find where I'm going. How are you doing these transitions?
But this is like some, I guess, suburban stuff where like they're always in their cars. So they just do everything in their car. They do their makeup, they eat their meals. They have like I guess they do everything in the car.
I think it's dangerous, and I'm
stop before you TikTok. At least do it at the red light.
Yeah, or like when you get into your driveway, just chill in the driveway for a little bit longer. Make your TikTok.
Wild. Well, anyway, follow us on TikTok. At Paige, do you have underscore?
I think I do.
She doesn't know. Paige underscore DeSorbo at Being Burns. We're pretty active on TikTok right now. No big deal. I think we should get into our worst dates because it only gets better.
I was like trying to think of like some of my worst dates too.
As you get inspired, we'll both spill some good stories.
Okay.
Did a drive-by of a cool mansion that turned out to be his ex's house.
I kind of love it. Like,
he's like, isn't this mansion stupid? Who needs that many columns on a house? I'm like, is this on the way to the restaurant? No, I just need to show you this house. It pisses me off. I don't like the color scheme.
He's like checking what cars are in the driveway. I kind of love that he did this. Has anyone checked on that man? Is he okay? You know, he was obviously going through a lot. Yeah.
But it's so funny how everyone's like, to get over someone, you have to get under someone. But sometimes it's not that easy, especially when like just you're like, sometimes this driveway reminds me of the driveway that my ex used to live in.
See, you can't relate to this because you grew up in the city. But when I was in high school, me and my best friend used to drive by everyone's house. Yeah. Like just this, because there's nothing to do.
You were full-time PIs.
When you're 17 years old and your boyfriend just broke up with you, your best friend's like, get in the car, we're getting Dunkin' Donuts and we're driving by his house to see if he's there. Yeah. Like there were so many times where we would have to like duck back and I'd be like, they know your car. They know that you drive this. Literally says your last name on the license plate.
God. Yeah, like I had no idea where anyone lived in the city because we'd all just like meet up in generic spots.
We had like a route and we would come home. This is actually crazy. Me and my best friend in high school, we would come home back to my house and we'd have like an adrenaline rush. So we just drove by like whoever like guy's house we liked. And one time we walked in the door and my mom goes, what are you two so like
happy about?
Giddy and like happy about? She was like, did you just stalk someone? We were We were like, he said that he was home, but he wasn't.
Oh, it's also weird that you know what all their parents look like the dad's outside mowing the lawn, and you're like, interesting. He normally does that an hour earlier.
The dad like waves to you like, hi, girls.
Also, the whole like people sneaking into your house or like you sneaking out through a window. Like, I grew up in Brooklyn. Like, if I heard my like window moving, you call the police.
Yeah. Oh my God. I snuck out a few times. Only got caught once though.
I once just left a milkshake outside and someone stole it. Like I was like bringing my stuff in from school and I just put the milkshake outside of my house and someone took it. So I was like, well, I hope someone's not lactose intolerant.
That's hilarious.
I love our high school dating memories. My most traumatic one was I went to 3 different high schools, which explains why I'm socially awkward. But I met there was like this one guy who was so hot, and it was the middle of junior year. I just come in and I'm like, he's the hot guy in the grade. And he was tall and he was cute. I remember his name, and he was friends with the guy I played tennis with, and so like he like kind of knew who I was because I introduced myself, whatever. And I went on AIM. Like after the first week I was on AIM.
What was your screen name?
String Breaker 12.
What was it?
String Breaker 12, like tennis. You break strings, you break hearts. Yeah, I thought it was genius. No one got it. No one understood. Yours was like pink, pretty girly, pink rainbow.
Yeah, mine was literally like butterfly sunshine kisses.
Pussy lips pink 27. Oh God. So I get on AIM and like a random person DM'd me.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey. And I was like, hey, who is this? And it was the guy. I literally felt like I was in a high school movie where like the hot guy was interested in me, the mysterious new girl. And he goes, do you do MJ? And I was like, what? And I'm like, you know, you have to be messaging your other friend at the same time. So I was like, what is MJ? Michael Jordan? And she was like, it's weed. It's marijuana. And I was like, oh my God. And I was so scared of marijuana. You know me. I was so scared. And I was like,
I've never in my life heard someone call it MJ.
Never in my life. I guess it was like they were trying to be cool or something.
And I've dated drug dealers, okay? So I know.
At least he was selling drugs and he wasn't just smoking weed, you know?
He was an entrepreneur.
He was a botanist. So I basically was like, no, I haven't, whatever. And he was like, well, we should hang. I guess a lot of people bond over just smoking weed, but I was scared. And then he texted, I gave him my number and he texted me to hang out what day he was free. And it was like my mom's birthday. And I was like, oh my God, sorry, that's my mom's birthday. And then we never hung out. And he got a girlfriend.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hannah. He's probably bald now.
Yeah, he's a DJ, so we're fine. But I just feel like a lot of the time guys think you're rejecting them. Like it was pretty ballsy of him to like find my AIM and like hit me up, but he didn't realize I was a prude mother loving.
Ew, she cares about her mom. All she cares about is tennis and her mom.
Honestly, I only love tennis and my mom. I'm sorry. And my own ass. Okay, what's next? He left the date halfway through and texted me, hey, where'd you go? Men are so stupid.
That sounds like somebody.
I was about to say, just like play dumb. Just play so dumb. Be like, did the place explode? I'm lost.
Oh my God.
Dropped a bowling ball on my foot, then looked at me like it was my fault.
Well, he's manipulative. Get him out.
Let's diagnose all of these.
Yeah.
Pulled a balloon animal out of his back seat and drew a face on it, said, this is my hobby.
He's a serial killer.
Serial killer.
You'll literally get out of there immediately. You have to change your number.
Yep.
You might even have to move.
Yep. You have to move.
If someone pulled a balloon animal.
Gird your loins.
I actually just started sweating.
Yeah.
Because that's terrifying. I've seen a lot of pulled from a back seat.
That's a clown. Took the last bar stool. I had to stand. He flirted with the bartender the entire time.
Dude, I have to say something about this. something is happening, and I don't know if it's because we were locked in our homes for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Something is happening with the men, specifically
The
in New
men
York
have
City.
lost their minds.
The men have gone
Yeah,
wild.
what's going on?
I have been in multiple situations in the past couple of months being single that like I'm out with a guy, or like it's clear that we're kind of like together, not together, but like we either just went out on a date and now
Mm-hmm.
we're out with people
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, where I have watched them like flirt with girls. I've watched them get girls' numbers. I've even watched guys make out with girls in front of me and just been like, huh, what's the protocol
Is this like a
here?
post-quarantine, like it's
I'm
like
like,
the
what?
purge, but just with making out, just anyone could do anything for a year?
I literally feel like that TikTok. I'm like, you don't see me? No, I see you. You don't see me. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting next. I was literally hanging out with a guy and we were at a party and I was sitting next to him and a girl was on the other side of him. He just started making out with her.
If this makes you feel better, my good
Wait,
friend yesterday told me that she had the guy, and the next day he was blatantly flirting with a girl in front of her. So if this is happening to any of you at home, you're not alone. It's their issue. But also
look,
you don't want to be dramatic about it, but
I
also like how
know.
could you not feel like you got punched in the chest, you know?
I was at a club and I literally felt like I hadn't had this feeling since I was in college. Like I started
Hot.
sweating.
Hot.
I started sweating. My stomach like flipped.
Mhm.
I looked at one of my girlfriends. I go, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start crying in the club.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, you don't know what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Um, but no, it's crazy. And look, I am not one of those people that's like stay faithful during the talking stage. I think
Mhm.
that's stupid.
Mhm.
I think you should be dating whoever you want to date and hang out with whomsoever until someone is like we're exclusive. So I get that. But like the
Basic
disrespect,
human decency.
like you with me last night. So like maybe you shouldn't make out with the girl next to me. Thank you.
Is it maybe it's like they just haven't had physical touch, but I feel like guys who do that were during COVID.
No. And like, but there is something to be said about like the next day just laying into them. I said to a guy recently, I said, I was embarrassed and I looked dumb the other night
Yeah.
when you disrespected me.
Yeah. What
And
do you
I was like,
say?
and he said, no, he didn't say anything. And then I said, but you look dumb for the rest of your life because you had me and then you lost me.
Did
And that's embarrassing for you.
did you read that in a Pinterest board?
No, but I wrote it down before I saw him.
Because that is,
I was like, let me get my notes ready.
you're like,
for
Mom, does this
motherfucker."
word hit better or that word? Because I want it to hurt. I mean, I'm very proud of you for standing up for yourself and just kind of
Thank
letting them
you.
know, like, you have to have boundaries, and he's crossed the boundary way too far. So, like, don't go back to him.
Also, just like if you're not ready, please do not disturb me.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Leave
If
me
you're
alone.
not ready, leave me alone.
Yep.
Let me thrive.
Yep. It's also why you should really try not to fall for people until you really know who they are. Because I know it's fun, like, when you first know a guy and you can fill in all the blanks that they're so perfect for you. But, like,
Yeah.
even though that's a temporary high, it's better to just, like, have low expectations for everyone.
But here's the other thing though. Like sometimes I feel like I've been so numb for so many years with guys where I'm like, am I capable of love? That when I do really fall for someone, I'm like, oh my God, this is nice that
you
I
have
can feel like this about someone. And then they just step on your heart and you're like, and you.
And we're numb again.
And now we're numb again. Thank you.
This is my personal favorite.
Okay.
Got drunk, built a fort with him. My cat knocked it over and he yelled at my cat and I left crying.
She left her own home?
I guess she was at his home. Wait, I guess she left her cat alone with him. Grab the cat. Grab the cat and go.
Like I was so upset I moved out.
No pussy for you. Oh my God. If a guy yelled at my cat,
Would you
dunzo.
freak? I had a theory that like if my dog would always bark at every single guy like that would come into my home, and I had a theory that like the day he didn't bark at like some guy, that's who I would marry.
I like that as a test. Butter was not happy about Dez. And now she does this thing where she like tolerates him, where first she'll just like, I'll leave and she kind of wants affection. So she'll sit on the couch not facing him. And last night he sent me a photo of him like laying shirtless and butter curled up next to him. I was like, this is the thing I've ever seen.
Wow, that really gets you going.
It really got me going. And like, he doesn't even like cats, but I'm like,
someone sent me that picture, I'd be like, cool.
I was showing people at the bar and they were like, what? We don't give a took me to Taco Bell, slept in my bed, used my printer and said, people be out here using people for printers. But let's be honest, printers are a time of the past. Who has a printer? I'm more worried about her, why she has a printer.
I have a printer.
In your apartment?
Yeah.
For what? Oh, returns?
Sometimes I have to print things.
Like what?
I have to print a lot of stuff for Amazon. I would print like my things I'm gonna say. Okay. I'm pretty old school, so if there's someone out there that wants to use me for my printer, have at it. Said no to.
I don't know. I feel like using my printer is super invasive, so it's like, why not go inside me after?
Right. Like we've already gotten to a certain level where like I'm printing documents for you. We're basically engaged.
Mispronounced salmon, idiot. He probably said salmon.
No, that's just, you can't. You can't.
Okay, this is a real controversial one. Ate the shrimp with the shells and legs on it. Didn't peel them off.
Were you raised in a barn?
Not gonna lie.
Who raised this man?
If it's like fried, I will eat the like tail. But I'm not eating the shell.
Yeah, no.
I'll eat the tail because it's good protein, they said.
The whole thing freaks me out. The whole thing I'm not down with.
I got up to throw my gum away, and he called me back to the table to spit his gum in my hand. No, sir. No.
Okay.
That is some motherly duties. No.
The only time I'm cool with that is if I really like someone.
Yeah.
Like, if I really like someone, things like that don't gross me out. If it's the first date, I would be like...
And if he like didn't say anything and just started to like put it out of his mouth, like, oh.
I'd be like, what am I, like, you're like the baby bird and I'm the mama bird? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Also, just stick it under the table like a normal person.
I was about to say, you were that person in school. In school,
1,000%.
Isn't it crazy how chewing gum was like the worst thing you could possibly do in the world? In school and in real life, no one gives a shit.
I was always the gum girl. Like,
would you swallow it when they called you out?
No. I never swallowed it. I would get up and like throw it into the trash can
and like miss.
But I always had gum on deck.
Oh, gum was
that,
like such
and those
a huge
like
part of our
Altoid.
childhood.
Remember those Altoid mints that were like sour candy?
Yes.
I loved
yeah.
those.
With that, farted as he hugged me.
Oh man.
I get nervous farts, so like I get it. Called the waitress a C word.
Jesus.
Crashed his. I'm going fast now. Crashed his car into mine.
See, I like that. That's a great wedding rehearsal dinner story.
Wait, this is you. Tells me he still stalks his ex-girlfriend to make sure she's okay and living her best life. She cheated.
I talked to all of my exes and they're all like so happy and like in great relationships.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm just like, cool. So I was the problem.
I don't know anything about my exes.
I talked to all of mine except maybe like one.
Do you feel like if you were with a guy right now, he'd be cool with that?
I mean, I'm not like hitting them up and being like, what are you doing? But like a lot of them will DM me and be like, you're like crushing it. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. What's going on? How are you?
You're like, yeah, I'm crushing that dick. Showed me a pic of his twin sister and went on about how hot she was nonstop for hours. Don't love that.
Okay, that's illegal. See you in court, sir.
Yep, that's a real see you in court.
I think that's illegal in most states.
Laid down in the booth at a restaurant.
Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you're tired. I feel like I've done that.
This girl goes, swiped his fries for a dry side salad. See you in court, she wrote. Abrupt.
That is very telling. People don't talk about that enough when you're like ordering for the first time and just like little quirky things.
Yeah, because those things, anything that drives you a little crazy on the first date, imagine how in 6 months when you aren't like excited to see him, how annoying they'll be.
I was out to brunch with a bunch of my friends the other day, and one of my guy friends got pancakes and then a side Caesar salad. And we were just like, are you okay?
Ew. No. I hate that.
I ate both though. I had some of both.
You're like, actually, not that
I was
bad.
like, give me a bite.
Someone was telling me about putting peanut butter on burgers and how it's like low key really good.
Wait, have you seen the TikTok where girls are putting mustard on watermelon? Lizzo, I think, did it
Oh, I
and
think.
said it's like really good.
Oh, oh no. Hot Girl Summer's making a real turn.
The holiday season can be stressful, but not with Nordstrom. They have a gift for everyone on your list, including yourself. Discover the best gifts and party dresses for festivities this holiday season. Get festive fashion advice from Nordstrom experts for free in stores, online, and the Nordstrom app. They have gifts for everyone. Stocking stuffers, gifts under $100, gift cards. Give whoever is on your list the perfect gift. The gift of choice. Gift cards let them explore Nordstrom on their own time. Explore more at Nordstrom in stores or online at Nordstrom.com or download the Nordstrom app. If you're looking for stocking stuffers or the perfect set, then Way has something for everyone during Cyber Week sale. It's their biggest sale of the year, and you'll save 20% off site-wide from November 26th to December 2nd. I have pretty much every Way product there is, and I love all of them. Some of my favorites are their detox shampoo and their leave-in conditioner. I do a lot of things to my hair, so I always have a lot of product, honestly, a lot of damage. So the detox shampoo cleanses product buildup, hard water deposits, dirt, oil, other impurities, and it's safe for all hair types, including color-treated hair. And then their leave-in conditioner really helps hydrate and fight frizz for every hair type. And I definitely love a leave-in conditioner, especially if I'm doing a slick back bun. And if you're buying for someone else, whether your person has fine, medium, or thick hair or multiple hair concerns, Way's got you. There's so many ways to save this holiday. Thanks to the Cyber Week sale at Way from November 26th to December 2nd, go to THEOUAI.com for 20% off site-wide from November 26th to December 2nd when you enter promo code Giggly. That's THEOUAI.com for 20% off with promo code Giggly. I'm always trying to get healthier, and whether it's your New Year's resolution or randomly during the year, you're like, this is the day I start to get healthier. Why don't you give Symbiotica a try next time? They're the only thing that I can always count on to consistently keep my health in check. They have these easy-to-take liposomal packets that make your supplements easy and quick to take. I genuinely trust Symbiotica with their ingredients, and there's so many supplements that contain harmful additives, but Symbiotica's products are made clean and with intention. They don't contain seed oils or preservatives. My favorite is the magnesium. It helps with focus and sleep regulation. I also obviously love their liposomal vitamin C. I take those all the time, especially when I'm on planes. They're always in my carry-on bag. You guys have to get your hands on these products while their Black Friday sale is happening right now. Head over to Symbiotica.com for 25% off. That's Symbiotica.com for 25% off. And do something for your health today. Listen up, because I have the perfect gift for people when you don't know what to get them. I have gifted Aura frames so many times. I gifted them to Craig's parents last year. It was the perfect gift, and I was literally racking my brain because I just could not come up with any ideas for a good gift. Aura frames are seamless and easy to use. You add photos with an app with unlimited storage. It's so easy for your older relatives and easy to set up for them. You can take your favorite holiday photo that you would share with your loved ones and the story behind it and just upload it to Aura, and then it will always play when their Aura is on. It helps you interact with your family and friends. And if you have any family members that are bad at technology, Aura is the perfect thing for them. And it's so easy to set up. It's so easy to add pictures. And it really is such a fun conversation starter. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code Giggly at checkout. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code Giggly. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is the best of the year, so don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply.
This Black Friday, give yourself the gift you truly deserve. Glowing, youthful skin with Medik8. Right now, enjoy 30% off site-wide during our Black Friday sale at Medik8. Medik8 combines cutting-edge science with luxury, using powerful ingredients like liquid peptides to deliver real results. Imagine looking in the mirror just 7 days after starting liquid peptides and seeing smoother, more youthful skin. Friends and family will notice the change, but most importantly, you'll notice. That's the transformative power of Medik8. Every Medik8 product is dermatologist recommended and rigorously tested so you can feel confident choosing what's best for your skin. Don't miss out. This 30% off Black Friday sale is only available online through December 3rd at medik8.us. That's MEDIK and the number 8.us. Shop now before it's gone.
Abruptly told me I had a lazy eye. I don't. And that it was freaking him out. I'm like, I don't have a lazy eye and I don't know how to unlazy it. So maybe your eye's lazy and it's making my eye look lazy. I am lazy, but my eye is not, okay?
Dude, I think if anyone is calling you out, especially on a first date, for anything like appearance-wise or like embarrassing, that person's just like extremely insecure with themselves.
Unless you have something in your teeth, and then I'm like happy about it.
Yeah, like I've had like makeup smudges or like something, and they're like, "Oh, you have something like right there," and I'm like,
yeah. When I had braces, I went to this like very cool party. And all the photos came out and I had a full basil in my brace, like a full leaf, like not like a tiny in between, like a full leaf covering like three.
And no one told you?
No one told me. And I was like, they're not my friends. I knew they weren't. Like, it was like one of those, like, I was surprised I was invited to this like clicks party because they weren't my like.
Oh my God, Hannah, that makes me feel so sad for you. And I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm clearly over it.
I would have told you.
No, but then I got on TV and they all DM'd me to be my friend. Told me he was the poor Christian Grey.
Gotta go.
We hate that for you.
We want the rich one.
Went to an arcade, made me watch him play the b-ball game until he beat the high score.
Okay.
I hate that.
No, I hate that. But I do love an arcade for a first date. I love like fun things. There's a Van Gogh thing happening right now in New York City, like exhibit, and I want to go so badly, but I want to go on a date because I just feel like it's so cute. And
did any professional golfers hit you up after the last show?
No, not yet, and I think I'm just baffled.
Gigglers, what are you doing?
Hello, can anyone find like a hot single golfer for me?
Fake play an electric guitar that wasn't plugged in while watching MGK music videos. I hate when guys like really idolize another guy who's like similar age to them. I hate it.
Wait, I don't like that either.
I can't.
Like when like you can just tell like guys just like suck another guy's dick because he wants to like be him. I'm like, that's such a turnoff.
Also, did you see behind the Kourtney Kardashian photo of her like being hugged in the studio with Travis that MGK was in the background, like really subtly? I think Travis and MGK are doing a music thing.
Oh,
that's just
they should capitalize on like.
I'm an investigative
How
journalist.
Crazy is it though that Kourtney has like changed her whole like style and like.
I mean, it's so funny. Like it's all about like reinventing yourself all the time. But yeah, she's a 14-year-old emo girl now.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
And she's pulling it off. She looks great.
Yeah, she looks great.
But it's also like, don't change when you meet a man. And she like has face tattoos.
I've had like a few guys say certain things like random times about my outfits, and I'm just like, you don't know anything that you're talking about.
No.
Like you literally don't know one thing.
No. when the bill came, he asked if we should flip a coin to see who would pay on our first date. This happens more than you think.
I think that's crazy. I think that's absolutely insane. Have you ever been on a date where the first date where the guy didn't pay?
No. I've offered to pay half when I've hated the date. Like, if I don't like the guy, I'll be like, let's split. Like, because I have so much anxiety, like, telling someone I don't like them. So I'll be like, let me pay.
No, I always do, like, the fake bag move.
Yeah.
But the first date, it's like, I feel like you invited me out.
Yeah, you
You asked me to come.
Exactly. It's like, for a chance to see my boob, you can pay for it. Which does make me look like an escort, but everything is basically escorting.
And look, I think like moving forward, it's like, except you pay for whatever. Like, I think it's
to show that they like want to be with you. Also, women get paid 75% on the dollar. So get the first drink.
Also, do you know how much we spend in makeup and like to look like this to get to the date?
Yep. And you guys, we're feminists here. We're feminists.
Yeah.
Asking me trivia questions at the bar off the top of his head to see how I handle losing. This is my actual nightmare. I hate trivia. I don't like random facts. And I also hate losing. I would have taken my drink, thrown it, broken my bar stool, kicked someone's random ass chair, and left. And said that's how I handle losing.
One of my favorite boyfriends.
I love how you have a full ranking of all your boyfriends.
Everyone has a favorite ex. Everyone has one. We all know mine from high school. But if I had to then rank my next favorite boyfriend, we had the most toxic relationship ever. This was the same boyfriend who did go to jail. We were on vacation, and where were we going? Oh, we were taking the train from London to Paris, or from Paris to London, whatever. You would think the most romantic, right? No. He quizzed me the entire time on the train, asking me trivia facts. And I was just like, I don't know. And then I started getting so flustered. And one of the questions was like, who shot John F. Kennedy? And immediately I said, John Wilkes Booth.
It just came out of nowhere.
And he was like, Paige, I can't date someone who's dumb. And I was just like,
you know what probably happened? One of his friends was probably like, isn't she dumb? And then he was probably like,
definitely.
What? And then he was like, I need to figure this out. When little do they know that you're street smart and you've been stalking them for 6 months and you know everything about their life.
And I was like, okay, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald is not like that crazy to mix up, because they both have 3 names and they both shot presidents. So like, give me a break.
I don't know who either of those people are, but they sound annoying and they sound stuck up.
Well, they're murderers.
And they're murderers.
Okay, sorry, I'm not obsessed with murder like you are.
Invited me over for dinner. When I said that, when I got there, he said he ate and offered me a Hot Pocket. So, hot take, no pun intended. Hot Pockets are dope. Hot Pockets slap. My favorite is Jim Gaffigan's Hot Pocket, where he's like, it's either frozen in the middle or lava hot and burns all your taste buds off.
He's one of my favorite comedians, actually. I like that he's super funny without being like dirty.
Disgusting, yeah.
Like, it's something you can put on with like when your family's all there. And you're like, let's laugh. And like, you're not gonna get uncomfortable.
And I've briefly met him and he's adorable.
Yeah, I feel like he'd be really nice in real life. He also has like 20,000 kids. I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe 5, but like, it's a lot.
Yeah. So we have some crazy front page news and a lot of great things that we've been watching that we have to get to. Should we begin with what we're watching?
Yeah, let's do it, because I feel like we have a lot.
First off, did you watch Inside with Bo Burnham?
Okay.
Tell me your journey of this.
Okay. So I texted Hannah and I was like, what was that documentary I was supposed to watch? Because I couldn't find it. It took me like 20 minutes to like
on Netflix. One of the main things that pops up.
No, but it wasn't. I even typed it in and it wasn't popping up. And I was like, who is like conspiring against me? What's happening here? So I find it, and then I text her, and I go, Hannah, is this a musical throughout the entire thing? Because I was like, if so, our whole friendship is a lie. And you don't know me
No,
at
I
all.
got that text and I was like, oh no, she's pissed at me. And I was like, hey, give it it's an emotional journey through sing-songy words, okay? It's not a musical. There's some stand-up in between.
So I will say that certain parts were very funny. I did not watch the whole thing because then at one point I was like, enough of the singing. Like, I can't do the singing thing. I can't. But there were some things that were very, very funny. And he is interesting and he like looks at things. He's just creative.
Okay, let's talk about it. The Housewife and the Hustler. Holy, this is highly recommend. It's on Hulu. I bought Hulu for this because I couldn't remember Dez's password, and I was like, I need to watch this. Oh my, they went in.
It's crazy.
They went in.
It's crazy. Terrifying. He is a scary person. Who could do that to people?
So this is the thing. Everyone is thinking, did Erica know? Now, as someone who's not like a big Erica fan, but also not a big Erica fan, like I like her music. Honestly, great music. I could totally see him being like, hey, I'm going to put 20 million into your business LLC to help us with taxes. Like, I could easily see, like, Paige, of all the rich boyfriends you've dated, how many did you actually know what they were doing?
Not a one.
Like, couldn't, like, so do you think she knew or not? Because he's basically took a lot of this money that he should be giving to the clients he worked for who were serious victims and putting it in her business LLC.
She had to have known something was up. There's no way she didn't know anything. But I could see him being like, this is business. Like, you're like, if my husband has a career that like, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Like, how, because I also think, how would I know that victims are calling him and he's not giving them money? Unless they were so sick and twisted that like he was telling Erica, like, yeah, I'm not going to pay these victims and like, we're going to keep the money. That's off.
But I feel like people who are that evil are not so blatant. Like, I feel like they lie to themselves. Like, even like Jen Shah, like, she's like, no, it's not a scam. And like they lie to themselves to feel okay with what they're doing. And maybe he was like, this is just like, he said a Ponzi scheme that up on him. So maybe he's telling himself like, oh, this is just a way of like making more money and they'll get interest if we like, I don't know.
It's just, here's the other thing. How are you going to be doing like straight up illegal, like jail for years illegal, and go on a reality TV show? Like, the anxiety I would have thinking like, that's like one of the reasons, like, did she not fully know? Because why would she sign up to do this? But he obviously is a psycho too. Like, he knew what he was doing.
Oh, 100%.
How would he?
Well, he also was like grooming. He was grooming his victims. He'd be like, "You're my favorite client, and don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. You're my favorite case." Like, I'm easily manipulated, and I was just like, "Yep, I'd let that guy do anything." I'd be like, "Yeah, invest my money, take my millions."
Yeah.
But they said they're surprised not only that Eric is filming this season, but that she also was even answering the questions. Like, normally they'd be like, oh, it's a legal thing and I can't answer it, but I guess she's trying to save face. Are they still divorced?
I don't know. Yeah, they're still divorced. I don't know if it's like they're legally divorced.
Yeah,
the divorces papers were filed.
Yeah, but that's some wild.
But this is definitely going to be her last season, don't you think?
Who knows?
I don't know. I just think it's so wild when like people start going to jail on reality TV.
And they're just like in the jail cell and they're filming their confessionals. Like,
all I could think about was like, if Erica Girardi really does go to jail, what's her cellmate going to say? Could you imagine being in jail and then they're just like, this is your new cellmate, and Erica walks in? I'd be like, first of all, I love you.
Like, so what is Lisa Rinna like? Like, what is she like? Was Teddy?
That's gonna be insane.
What was going on with Teddy's all in by Teddy? Give me the tea. But I don't know. It's also crazy to me when people go from like such extravagant wealth to like they're like, he's broke.
Yeah, like how?
He's living in the
Like,
mansion until it's sold, and then he's like on the street.
like how were you even, how did you even spend it that fast? Like, look, I'm not the best at saving money either. Like, I will pop off when I want to pop off. But like, how are you even doing it at that rate? You have to be ordering seamless for all 3 meals.
It's also annoying because, yeah, a lot of it was going to Erica, but also Erica's like, yeah, I'm with this rich guy. And he's also really good at what he does. It's not like he was conning people in how good he is at being a lawyer. But then they basically explain how before Real Housewives, he was like buying her music career and like they lost money from it. But then she got like the Roxy thing. But like it just shows how like with money, you could kind of get anything until you don't have it anymore.
Dude,
It's like you think you're ugly, but you're just poor is one of the more truer things.
Like in living in New York City, I see so many girls that are like dating guys just because they're really rich and whatever. And like, do your thing if that's like your vibe. But like my mom would always say to me, if you marry someone for money, you will literally work for it the rest of your life. And then you're married to this person that you do not even like. And one day, what if the stock market crashes? What if he goes to jail? What if he's doing some illegal shit you don't know about? Like, and then you're broke. So now you're broke and you're also with someone that you hate.
I love how Kim had to sit you down and be like, you don't need to be with a prince of Saudi Arabia.
She's like, look, I know that you want a yacht. And I'm like, yes.
She's like, most people own yachts. Horrible.
There's also a really good quote that I love too that says, I rather love on a bike than cry in a limo.
I love that.
Well, it's a bit extreme.
But it's true. It's always like, doesn't matter where you are, it's who you're with. Because I've had some miserable times in some very nice places.
Me too. Yeah, literally, I've cried in Paris, France. I have cried in like a chateau before. I'm like, this is gorgeous. And my boyfriend.
And finally, I was watching a doc on HBO Max. Somehow I got on HBO Max. And it's called Expecting Amy. And it's Amy Schumer shooting her pregnant special and just like what her period was at. Her period. She did not get her period. What her pregnancy was actually like. And she basically was puking the whole time. And she was videotaping all of it. It was like a disease she had while trying to put together a special and performing. And then it goes into like her falling in love with this guy. And it was just...
Wait, is this new?
No, it was like a year ago. But I like had it on my list to watch it. And then also she goes into just how her husband's brain is like very unique. Like he's very creative, but like some of his social skills are just like different. His processing is different. And he's like late 30s and they'd have fights where they had trouble communicating and they love each other so much. But she was like, something's off. She goes to the doctor and they diagnose him saying he's on the spectrum. And he had
never been diagnosed.
He'd never been diagnosed. He had trouble with his family before where they felt he was different or like socially weird. And Amy was like crying and she's like, I wish you knew that it wasn't your fault. And then she just talked about how she loves like, because if you watch Love on the Spectrum, which a lot of people I highly recommend,
I
cried the whole time.
I cried the whole time. I got through one episode and I was like, I'm not emotionally stable enough to watch.
But like also there was like a joy in it. Basically these people have various like they're on different parts of the spectrum, but you see how like their brain just works differently, but they still are like want love and everything like people want. And they're like super talented at certain things. And she explained how like he doesn't lie to her. Like she'll literally be like, does this outfit look good? And he'll be like, I like the other one better. And he just says it. And how he like can't control his facial expressions really. So like you always know how he's feeling. Yeah. And she's like, there's just this like pureness to him that I've never experienced with a man. And I'm like in love with him. And it was just like so beautiful. And he's this like extremely talented chef. And he's so sweet. And yeah, I'm just very happy for her.
Oh, I love love. Wait, what's it called?
Expecting Amy.
I want to watch that.
Yeah.
I watched something on HBO that you would really, really like. It's a scripted show. It's called Hacks. It's so funny. Like, it's like even like compare it to something else, but it's like this friendship, and she's a comedian, but like one of the most famous comedians in the world, and like she's like reinventing her stand up, so she like has this girl who's like a writer for her, and it's just really good. It's like it's funny, but it's also like heartwarming at times, and it's just like it's such a good show. I think there's 10 episodes. I'm caught up to date.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Holidays on the house at DraftKings Casino. With the season's offerings, you'll unwrap everything you wished for, from table games and jackpots to a slot at the top of everyone's list. Jingle bells, power reels. DraftKings is offering a warm welcome to new players with $100 instantly in casino credits with just a $10 wager. Plus, everyone can get in on the action with a holiday reward every week. So sign up with code Giggly because the holiday cheer is here, only on DraftKings Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Opt-in required. Casino credits are non-withdrawable and expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. You've heard us talk about Roback before, but it's obvious that we love all of their stuff. Their new Clarity half zip hoodie and jogger set is perfect to do everything in: travel, lounge on the couch, run errands. It's an effortlessly versatile matching set that you've all been searching for. This holiday season, you can elevate yours and your loved one's wardrobe with winter essentials from Roback. Their Riviana fleece pullover is the perfect cropped pullover, has kind of a looser fit, but perfect, cozy, and chic. Whether you need gifts this holiday season or you need warm layers for yourself, you can use code GIGGLY for 20% off your first purchase through the end of the week. That's 20% off hoodies, joggers, dresses, and more with code GIGGLY. It's almost that time of year where we're going to start thinking about our New Year's resolutions. And if one of yours is to crack down on your budget, then you need Rocket Money. Rocket Money's customized budgets help you better understand your finances and help you stay on track to meet your goals. They can track how many transactions you make each month, and you'd be shocked to learn that the average U.S. consumer makes about 70 payments per month. There's no way you can keep track of that all yourself. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that empowers you to save more, spend less, and take control of your financial life. With Rocket Money, you can see all of your checking, savings, credit cards, and investments in one convenient place, allowing you to understand your spending trends. And Rocket Money has over 5 million happy members and has saved its users over $1 billion across all of the app's features. Rocket Money will even negotiate lower bills for you, and sometimes by up to 20%. Saving money on a cell phone bill or cable bill and not having to deal with customer service, it's a dream come true. So let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Get Rocket Money today at rocketmoney.com/giggly squad. That's rocketmoney.com/giggly squad. rocketmoney.com/giggly squad.
This Black Friday, give yourself the gift you truly deserve: glowing, youthful skin with Medik8. Right now, enjoy 30% off site-wide during our Black Friday sale at Medik8. Medik8 combines cutting-edge science with luxury, using powerful ingredients like liquid peptides to deliver real results. Imagine looking in the mirror just 7 days after starting liquid peptides and seeing smoother, more youthful skin. Friends and family will notice the change, but most importantly, you'll notice. That's the transformative power of Medik8. Every Medik8 product is dermatologist recommended and rigorously tested so you can feel confident choosing what's best for your skin. Don't miss out. This 30% off Black Friday sale is only available online through December 3rd at medik8.us. That's MEDIK and the number 8.us. Shop now before it's gone.
Yeah, I watched the whole season.
Also, I didn't watch it. Did you watch the Kardashian reunion?
I did.
Was it epic?
Andy Cohen does not get nervous.
Like,
does not get
was it
nervous.
like he was just like yelling at OC?
No, it was like he was doing a housewives reunion, but there was no fighting because they all like get along with each other and like hype each other up. But he had like little quips, like
Yeah.
and he'd be like, "Hey, Chloe," like, and like he has his little like housewife stuff, and it was also really interesting to see. I love Kim. I've always loved Kim.
Uh-huh.
I've always been a Kim stan, and I think she was very like one of the questions was, do you think your family should thank you for all their careers? And she was like, I don't know how that like became a thing, but like no. I knew that like I was going to do a reality show and I was talking to my mom about like what would it be? And she was like, "Look, I'm nothing without my sisters. So the show has to be about our family." She was like, "So no, I wouldn't have my career either without them."
Mhm.
And it was just like so nice. And she talks about Kanye and how like she doesn't go into detail obviously, but she was like, it wasn't like one thing.
Mhm.
It was just like we had a lot of differences on really big things and it just wasn't going to work.
Was Scott there?
He comes in the second part.
So the second part's not out yet.
I don't think so, no.
How's Courtney and Chloe?
Courtney was like a little annoying during it.
Courtney?
Like she kept interrupting and I was like, shush, pipe down. Like at one point, she was like, let's take a shot. And Andy was like, okay, well, let's film. Which is like,
They kept
like
that.
let's do it. And Courtney was like, well, I want a shot. And I was just like, Courtney, you do not speak to Andy Cohen like that. Like, how dare you?
We take a shot when Andy wants to take a shot.
Yeah.
And how's Chloe?
Chloe's good.
Is she with?
Really in the very beginning, he all the questions were to Kim.
Mm.
He talked to Kylie too about like being a billionaire.
But is she?
It's just like they made on the show, on this reunion, it was like made it seem like it. And I also think Kim is very funny because Kylie was like, I mean, I don't wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say like, oh my God, you're a billionaire. And Kim was like, I do. And I was like, I feel like I would too.
I think Kim has like a lot of like emotional strength. Like I heard she said something like, I'm good at like not reacting to things and like staying calm.
Like, calmness is her superpower. And I was like, ooh.
I go, what's that like? Because actually, that's called bad ratings on a TV show.
Oh, what a concept.
We're Italian. It's not the same.
Yeah, but, no, it's not.
But it's like, to be where she is, she's had to go through a lot of very tough emotional stuff in the public eye. So
yeah, they asked her about like her friendship with Paris Hilton and
how are her and Paris? Are they good?
Yeah, they're like fine. Yeah. They're friends. But she said, I would never not like Paris put me on. Yeah. Like Paris is the reason I have certain things that I have. Yep. Like she showed me a totally different life and I would never not credit her.
Be like, Paris she was like, I made this famous.
Absolutely. Which like I feel like people always want to get like girls against each other. Like and Paris wasn't mad that like Kim became famous. She like brought her out with her. Obviously she was going to become famous.
That's like me getting engaged and every question I get is, do you think so-and-so's jealous you're engaged? Like that's so annoying. Would they do that to men? Like when Des is engaged, are they like, oh, do you think, someone's jealous?
Jeremy's mad you're engaged.
Okay, two things. One, Paris had this strange, like, random interview that they found where she was like, if I don't want to respond to someone over text, I just say, like, oh, sorry, it must have been on my other phone. And then they cut back to a scene with her and Kim where Kim was like, I texted you. And she's like, oh, my God, sorry, it's my other phone. But that's just Paris being I kind of hilarious.
Love that. I love Paris. Also, Kathy Hilton's, like, having such a moment.
Okay, I was so scared. I was like, why would Kathy Hilton do this to herself? Like, why would she... I
was very nervous about her coming on too.
Yeah, but then like she's kind of just been hilarious.
Okay, so when I watched the Paris Hilton documentary, I did not like Kathy Hilton.
No, she was kind of intense. And
I was like, seems like you don't give a about your daughter and like you're acting like you had no idea that like any of this was going on. Mm-hmm. Watching her on Beverly Hills Housewives, she had no idea. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know. And she just comes off like she's so nice and like she's just like one of those like fun moms. Like, you have like that one friend in
she's
high
a cool
school
mom.
and you like going to their house because their mom is just like quirky and like whatever.
Yeah.
She was that mom.
It's just so interesting though how you watch 2 TV shows and one of them you're like, I hate that person. The next one you're like, she's the nicest in the world.
Yeah. It's all perception.
Let's wrap this up with some front page news because she went down.
Oh my God. Okay. So first of all the Chrissy Teigen stuff. Have you like seen it?
Yeah, I'm caught up with it. Basically, she apologized, and then like a whole accusation happened the day of her of her third apology, which is a nightmare for the PR, I guess.
The PR world was overtime the past couple weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's saying that Michael Costello's
accusation was a lie.
The DMs were made up. She was like, those aren't the DMs. Then Leona Lewis came out and said that he was mean to her.
But then he came out and was like, Leona, it's not true.
What are you talking about? We talked. Like, I tried to call you. Like, all this stuff. It's all very high school, and like people just love to see other people be like taken down, and I don't get it.
Yeah,
and,
no, Paige.
And like I didn't even want to talk about the Chrissy Teigen stuff because it was like I was like I love her. Like I legit loved Chrissy Teigen. Like
yeah.
And I was like,
I mean,
a
lot of people did.
Like, and people are so happy that she's like losing everything, and it's like, okay, but maybe he really did make up those DMs. Like, how do you know? Yeah, I just never get people that get like genuine happiness from like seeing other people's lives just like go into flames. Even if they're like the worst person, I'm like, okay.
It's putting yourself in like this negative space and negative energy, and like the Chrissy Teigen thing, like Michael Costello don't know what the truth is.
Yeah, like how do we know?
We don't know, but also like it's so scary because now he's seeing how he could be taken down because he tried to take her down. It is a messy minefield.
Messy. How do we feel about Heather Dubrow coming back to the Housewives of OC?
So I never saw her on it, but I've only heard that people love her, and I mean, Bravo is definitely changing things up for the OC.
She is, without a doubt, all franchises, all Housewives, my favorite.
So do you think this is good for her? Or is it a lot of pressure to like turn it around?
I don't think so, because she has like a very clear like persona. Like she doesn't really get involved in like certain fights, but like she will stand up for herself when she needs to. There was like a scene with Shannon at one moment where she like kicked her out of their house, but all of her fights are so like she keeps her composure like nothing I've ever seen. Like she's never like been like jabby and like loud and whatever.
Also, her husband has had quite the reality TV career too.
Yeah. Do I think she needs it? But not like she needs it for the money, obviously, but like I'm sure like it is some type of like relevancy thing.
Yeah.
You know, like he's on I love his show too. Botched is so good.
Yeah.
I always watch it. I always watch it hungover. I don't know if that's great. Okay, and then my last thing was Kelly Dodd and Golnessa.
We never saw this coming.
Never saw this coming. Yeah, Golnessa. Also, Kelly Dodd terrifies me. I've said it before. I'll say it again. She's terrifying.
Well, Kelly Dodd basically was like, I don't know who Golnessa is, because Golnessa started it and like kind of threw some shade.
Yeah.
But then people found Kelly Dodd commenting on Mercedes' photo, being like, can't wait for Shaw's this season.
To watch.
So if I were Golnessa, I would have just posted that. But then Golnessa posted like a whole like binge.
Like, I was on reality TV before you,
Yeah.
way before you, and I'm going to be on way longer than you. And like, this is a Bravo family. And I was just like, oh my God. I think they needed to revamp all of OC. I think they actually should have gotten rid of all of them.
Oh, wow.
And just like redid the whole thing.
Hot take.
Because I didn't even watch last season. I was like, this is boring as shit.
I watched it with Chat Room. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was just different. Like OC used to be my absolute favorite.
Well, it was the OG, right? OC was OG.
Yeah, it was the OG, and it wasn't even that like Tamara and Vicky were gone because like whatever they like. Yeah, you like they rotate housewives and like people move on and whatever. It just like the story was just Bronwyn was like wild. Like it was just a lot of. You're just like, okay,
Do
this
you
is too much.
think they need Vicky?
No, I don't think they need her, but I think they need like a higher caliber group.
I'm not caught up on Roni, but I just want to know, do you think Roni needs Dorinda?
Yep.
Hot take.
I think they do.
I didn't even watch it. I just threw that out there because I personally like Dorinda.
I think they do. And like usually I never say that because like about a housewife, but I am loving Roni this season. I love Ebony. But I think Dorinda would have added. Sonia's having like a moment. I think Dorinda would have just added some more fun.
Yeah. Well, there's so much great Bravo to watch. Also merch to buy. Check out the Giggly Squad tennis collection, giggly-squad.com. Check out, I got a lot of new tour dates at howtoburner.com. Follow us on Instagram at giggly. Is it period squad? I think it is.
I don't know. Yeah, no, it is. It is.
Watch us on our Patreon, which is lit. Look out on our Instagram for more questions of user submitted stories. Anything else, Paigey?
No. Thanks for giggling with us.
Thanks for giggling with us, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.